I wanted sunny weather, better schools, happier people, and more job opportunities for my family. Did I get them all when I moved from the East Coast to San Diego? This is my pros list for moving to San Diego. First of all, the weather. People usually think that since many parts of San Diego are beachfront and in Southern California, that we have an almost tropical climate, but we don't. We're in an area called coastal desert, which means it's dry, low humidity, cool in the mornings and evenings, and hot in the middle of the day. We don't get a ton of rain for many months out of the year, but we get some pretty intense sun and UV strength. Sun. For me, those are all positives. I love the weather here. I love going to the beach year round, and I love that the weather is so consistent that I barely check the weather report anymore. So it's definitely a change from the mid-Atlantic states where I grew up. Number 2 on my pros list is the schools here. 3 of the top 25 public school districts in all of California are in San Diego County. Niche.com provides all kinds of stats and rankings for individual schools and entire districts. And I did tons of research before moving out here and deciding on Poway Unified for where I would enroll all 3 of my kids. So I've been so happy with the elementary, middle, and high school teachers and the whole communities. I feel like people really value education here, and for a lot of families, the schools are actually why they move here to this area. I'm trying to get those kids off to college or trade school or something. Third pro is quality of life. People who choose to live in San Diego seem to really take advantage of the lifestyle that this climate and community can afford you. Outdoor activities are a focus year-round, so there's hiking, biking, swimming, surfing, soccer, baseball, literally any outdoor activity. Fewer mosquitoes, gloomy months, and snowstorms to worry about, and more vitamin D, fresh air, and beach sunsets to enjoy. It just makes for a more pleasant community, and you can feel that when you move here. Now, this is just my list of pros for living in San Diego, so everyone has different opinions. Bern would probably have the number of breweries at the top of his list, but that doesn't even crack my top 10.
Well, that's your opinion, and it's her opinion, but it's not my opinion.
Number 4 on my pros list is job opportunities. So San Diego has a plethora of industries represented here. So whether you have a job in biotech, genetics, education, pharmaceuticals, military, nursing, research and development. Maybe you have a YouTube channel that focuses on San Diego real estate. There's desirable jobs and major companies with branches here. Another San Diego pro is the people. So before moving here, I was definitely worried about having to make new friends and find a new support system and chat up my new neighbors, but San Diegans from the start have been welcoming and really diverse, and there's lots of transplants here, so it's easy to feel accepted when so many other people are in the same boat as you. Maybe they moved here for work, or they're in the military. We have every branch of the military represented here, or maybe they just heard it was sunny and beautiful most of the year and they wanted to make the move. Either way, it was so refreshing to find so many happy people living here. Next on my list is that San Diego is clean.
Not just health department clean, Monica clean.
San Diego County is huge, so I know there are parts like downtown that show some wear and tear, but for the most part, I find this whole area really pristine. I don't see cigarette butts in the gutters when I pull up to a stoplight. And the taxpayer dollars are at work with all the maintained landscaping. And without huge fluctuations in the weather, the sidewalks, the parks, and the roadways really remain looking pretty clean. I could just lay out on some of these warm concrete sidewalks like a lizard and just bake in the sun. Last on my list of personal pros for moving to San Diego is the location of the San Diego County itself. It's the southernmost part of California. It's right up against the border of Mexico in the south there. So travel a few hours north and you can be at Big Bear Mountain in San Bernardino County for snow and skiing and snowboarding. If you're not a fan of the cold weather, you can head to Palm Springs, which is only 2.5 hours away, to lounge by a pool almost any month out of the year. If you need to get even further out of town, like out of the country, you can drive 2 hours to LAX airport and catch a nonstop flight to over 80 cities internationally. Living in San Diego allows for just a short visit to 3 vastly different topographical areas: coastal beachside towns, the mountains, the desert. This is a huge pro for me and my family, who still occasionally crave the changing of the seasons or some snow around the holidays. How many other cities can do that? Those were my 7 pros for moving to San Diego. These 7 things were what I considered the most before making a cross-country relocation. I've lived here for 11 years now, and I think my list of pros has probably tripled since I moved here. If you're considering making a move to San Diego, please reach out. We'd love to help make your relocation just a little bit easier.